Is Blackpink's Jisoo starring in a disrespectful movie? And did Everglow disband? Karina's comments, Yuqi's comments, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. Yeah. But without further ado, let's get into today's news. So Blackpink's Jisoo is starring in a movie called Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, but some netizens feel as though there has been some historical context removed from the original web novel. So the plot essentially of this movie is that each character fights using the special powers bestowed upon them by constellations, which refer to godlike entities. So in the movie, Jisoo's constellation character is Admiral Lee-Sun-shin, but as we can see, she has a gun. Well, behind modesty Kevin. So some netizens are basically pointing out that it wouldn't be historically accurate for her to have a gun because historically a sword was associated with Admiral E. This alteration has sparked fears that the historical significance of Admiral E has also been meddled with in the storyline. So it seems that the reason people are worried about this is because the novel itself has had historically sensitive content removed for global releases. For example, when this was distributed in Japan, now this is referring of course to the novel, a line referring to national independence activists was changed into a yin-yang sorcerer of contradiction. A yin-yang master refers to ancient Japanese officials who used the principles of yin-yang and the 5 elements of fortune-telling in geomancy. Additionally, the constellation was tied to Korean freedom fighter An Chung-kun, who was also reportedly removed, leading to more dissatisfaction among Korean fans who accused the team behind the webtoon of pandering to Japanese sentiment. So of course, with the release of the trailer, and as we can see, a gun rather than a bow and arrow or a sword, which are the weapons Admiral Yi used to combat Japanese muskets in the Imjin War, fans are worried that they're erasing important historical context and that there's not enough research behind the world building. However, it does seem that Real Life Pictures CEO did make a post back in February basically saying that there were changes that needed to be made in order to transform this novel into a movie, and that the original author was also on board with these changes. And actually, another character in the movie also received a similar type of backlash for having a gun. However, they also shared a picture of him with a sword, saying that he uses both within the movie. So people are wondering if this would be similar for Jisoo as well. So that's the backlash as it is right now. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What is going on with Everglow? You may have heard by now that Everglow will be parting ways with their company, which may or may not come as a surprise to a lot of fans, especially after I-dle basically came out and said that the group had not been paid in 6 years. And I believe the CEO was even like, well, they didn't make a profit. What do you want from me type of thing? I'm paraphrasing. Oh my God, don't, take that with a grain of salt. But for a long time now, fans have been, very critical of their lack of promotions. I mean, Everglow were really busy. They were releasing so much music and then all of a sudden it just kind of stopped. Not entirely, but it became less and less. And, in theory, especially after knowing that the group had not been paid in 6 years, if you have less comebacks, how are you expected to pay back your company? It's kind of like a double-edged sword. No comebacks equals no opportunities to make any money, but if those comebacks are not making any money, then the company doesn't have any money to give you more comebacks to have the opportunity to then make that money back. Does that make any sense? But their company released the following statement. Hello, this is Yuehua Entertainment. First of all, we express sincere gratitude to the fans who send unchanging love and cherish Everglow. After careful discussion with Everglow, we have decided to go our separate ways while wishing the best for each other's futures. As a result, Everglow's exclusive contracts will end as of June 2025. We sincerely cheer on the new beginnings of Everglow, who has shared many memories with us over a long period of time, and we will support their future activities with warmth in our hearts. We hope fans will also show warm support and encouragement for the new journeys that Everglow will take on individually. We once again thank everyone who has loved Everglow from Yuehua Entertainment. Following this, it seems that Shihan actually went on TikTok Live and was talking to fans, basically saying that, the group wants to stay together. They're not thinking of disbanding or anything, but also mentioning like, well, isn't that what fans want, us to leave the company? Shihan just confirmed that Everglow will stay a group. They're just leaving the company. All members want to stay together. Let's hear what she had to say.
We don't have any thoughts. We don't have think about disband the Everglow. Just leave the company, you guys. Of course, I still stay a group. All member think same thing. 여러분이 원하던 거잖아요. Every fans want leave Yuehua, isn't it?
So there you have it. Because every time I'm like, oh, a group disbanded, because clearly they're not with their company anymore. So everyone's always like, they didn't disband. They want to stay a group. Da, 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 da. Okay, I mean, then what is a disbandment? What constitutes a disbandment then? Because in my mind, it's like disbanding the group. Like, I don't know. To me, even if like the group stays together, if they like leave their company, it's like a disbandment of sorts. And you can, of course, like undisband after a while, but that's a topic for another day, whatever. A disbandment, well, leaving the company, but still wanting to stay a group without concrete evidence if they'd be able to keep their name or even stay together as all 6 members, because we know a lot of companies tend to be greedy, but we'll see. I'm obviously hoping the best for them. Now, there are some rumors that there are some companies who would like to take them in, and there was a rumor basically that like a couple specific companies wanted to take all the members except for I-dle, who is the only non-Korean member. So there's backlash surrounding that, though at the moment it's just a Weibo post with someone saying, heard some accurate news in early May, 100 at Air and even P Nation have contacted a portion of members of Everglow. Currently 100 and P Nation have intentions of signing with all members, while at Area wants to sign everyone but Wang I-dle. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily trust that post, but a lot of people think it's really weird, saying it's xenophobic. Also people saying at Area, which is one of the companies named in this post, saying if at Area can have Hyuna signed to them, why would they not? Like, what possible reason could they have for not wanting I-dle? And of course, a lot of people hoping that they could stay as OT6. Now, take that with a grain of salt. That's just a rumor as of now. But I did make a short about this, so let's see what you guys are thinking about disbandment. I don't know what else to call it. The sad part for me on this is their former agency let them go without any problems and gave them all the rights to use and perform all Everglow IP, because it was also agreed that they won't have to pay the members any salary for years they spent working. Evil, I say. If that's true, that definitely sucks. Y'all better support them after re-debut. So glad they aren't disbanding as a group. They deserve a better company. I'll always support them. The question is if Yuehua will allow them to leave with their name and music. Fans think it's as simple as leaving, but the company who legally owns the name and music of a group, the members or their new company will have to buy them or negotiate some sort of deal. I was never a fan of Everglow, but I will stand them now. Hopefully they find a company that will promote them well. Good luck, girls. Everglow have so many good songs, by the way. Title tracks, B-sides. I just hope Yuehua is not a sore loser to not let them use their name and perform their old songs. The girls haven't been paid already. What's worse than that? I really hope they continue as Everglow, even if they do leave their company. I love Everglow so much. I really hope they can find another company to make more music together. I miss them so much. So there we have it with Everglow, of course. At first, it really seemed like Everglow was doing so well, and then all of a sudden, not so much. I mean, I'd love to be in like a company meeting and really see what a company deems is successful or not. You know what I mean? What does it take to shelve a group? Because if you think about how much money companies spend on groups and all that jazz, on music videos, why can't you like save money on music video? Like, I don't fully understand it. Obviously, I don't. I'm not like a business savvy type of person. That's why I would love to be in the behind the scenes to see like what does it take to shelve a group. Is it really 100% profit, right? Like, what does it? Sometimes you see a group that you think is so popular and then they end up getting shelved anyways. Obviously, it's not merely just profit. There's a ton of other things that could go wrong as well, but I would just love to know. Isaman's documentary, The King of K-pop, has been released, and people are discussing what Karina of aespa has said in that documentary regarding female idols' careers. So let's take a look at that. So in a clip, she basically says, I think about the future a lot because female idols don't have long careers. I think about how to prolong it. Our team members will always be here, but society keeps changing. So we think about how we can adapt. All artists think about it. I haven't found the answer yet, but I gave some time, so I hope I'll find it. Here's some comments. It's really heartbreaking that this is probably at the back of their mind all the time, especially now that they are in their 5th year and they saw what happened to Girls' Generation FX, and now RVM tearing up. Acknowledging how misogynistic the whole industry is towards women and how society is harsh on women careers, making them last less than men's. They all deserve the success and a long-lasting career. The harsh reality of being in the industry, especially under SM, a company that's been known for its misogynistic ways. Women constantly have to fight harder and still get less respect. Love and support to all women out there. I made a short about this too, so let's read some comments. She's right. We can literally count in one hand the number of renowned female idols from the 2nd gen who keep releasing music. Maybe 1 or 2 idols each from really big groups have a shot of having a long solo career. I really hope the past few years have been very girl group heavy in K-pop, that companies have started to appreciate their female idols more than before. It's so bizarre that we have one of Korea's biggest celebs right now fearing for her future, but she's 100% right. Our girls deserve better, and I hope as their careers progress that they can enjoy the fruits of their labor for years to come. In one interview, Jennie said she only had 1 year left because she is 29. Even though she wasn't serious, that's the reality of the industry, and it's sad. Literally was talking about how after Silskan last night and how she got cheated out of being an I-dle for her age, possibly allegedly, but like, So of course, let me know your thoughts about that as well. I have a question. Should idols get free tickets to their own concerts for all their family, friends, acquaintances, and so on and so forth? Well, Idol's Yuqi has brought up this discussion after her appearance on Salon Drip 2 alongside Minnie. Basically, in this show, the host brings up how Minnie spent over $7,000 to bring all of her closest friends, acquaintances, classmates, juniors, seniors to their concert in Thailand. And then Yuqi said the following: when we perform in Thailand, all of Minnie's family, friends, school seniors, and juniors and classmates gather in one place. It's our concert, but we still have to buy the tickets with our own money, and I just don't get that. To be precise, we only get 4 free tickets per person, and we have to pay for any extras ourselves. So this kind of rubbed some fans the wrong way. Then whose money are they supposed to use? It's already annoying that they're taking seats worth 10 million won, and now they're saying they don't even have to pay for them themselves, lol. Then what about the fans who miss out on those seats? This is honestly ridiculous. Wow, I clicked thinking they were talking to fans, but what the hell is this? I almost said something really harsh, but I held it in. Haha, seriously, ukya. I was just thinking, only 4 seats, but the comment section is blowing up. How are you supposed to give 100 free tickets per member? Even giving one member 100 tickets in advance at a discount would piss off fans. So I thought it was an interesting conversation, because do you think idols deserve to have as many tickets as they want to their own concerts? Do you think it's not quite logical? I mean, if they're paying for the tickets themselves, doesn't some of that money come back to them anyways? Was she actually joking because the group tend to take jobs at Cube historically anyways? Let's read some more comments. I think Yuqi is right. They deserve more. Cube can pay for their tickets. 4 tickets are not enough. My nuclear family already consists of 7 people. There are 15 of us in total, including my siblings, wives, and nephews. Was gonna be on the fan side, but it's literally their family and close friends. It sounds more like a critique at Cube. Going to concerts is such a luxury now. 10 years ago, it wasn't this expensive. I think they deserve more tickets, but also the concert industry needs a serious revamp. It seemed more like a jab at Cube to me than anything. At this point, it's practically Idol's concept to criticize Cube whenever humanly possible. At my workplace, all family and friends get free tours. It's a normal thing to expect when your work is raking in any profits, let alone Idol money. The company should obviously foot the bill. They're not a charity. It's literally fine. But what do you think? Let me know. Let's talk about former Cignature member Yuehua, because she's recently revealed that she was kicked out of the group for not meeting their goal weight for her. So of course we will be talking about weight, just as a little warning, but here's what she had to say about the whole situation. I also wanted to be as skinny as other female idols, but due to a mixture of factors such as COVID-19, a toxic environment, and more, I kept trying to lose weight through unhealthy methods. And the company also kept forcing me to lose weight. As such, this repeated in a toxic cycle, and my psychological state was quite bad, and I ended up having hives due to stress, and I either had difficulty breathing or trembled in my sleep, crying all night until morning. Just as usual, we did a weight check one day. Another member tried a sneaky trick to look as if she had weighed less, and it resulted in chaos at the company. We had a schedule that day, and so they called us to the company after. To summarize what happened, everyone was kicked out of the dorms, and they told us not to come back if we didn't hit the target weight they set for us. They banned us from social media and from communicating with fans. They gave us 2 weeks and told us if we didn't meet the target, we didn't have enough drive to continue to promote. She then says that she was not able to meet that target weight. And so, quote, the company told me that they would terminate my exclusive contract and I had no choice but to accept it. So she was saying that this is her personal experience and that fans shouldn't speculate about other members. But of course, that's absolutely a wild story, right? Like, we hear a lot of similar stories regarding weights and having to keep a very low body weight. I mean, as disgusting as it is, of course, as disgusting as this story is, it's unfortunately not super surprising. Like, I have no doubt that companies threaten their artists all the time that, like, if you don't meet this weight, you're not going to be in the group. I mean, if we think back to Momo from Twice and, you know, her story with JYP, essentially, you know, that whole Ice Cube story that, you know, she had to lose a certain amount of weight. You know, there's no doubt this is a tactic that companies use. Of course, let me know your thoughts. So let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently, and or quick news. So we have gotten the Water Bomb Seoul 2025 lineup. Let's take a look. EXO's Kai, Kepler, Kwon B, Crush, Ash Island, Changha, Peko, Eungji, Huta, PH1, Gray, Shike, Loco, Kiss of Life, Haon 21, and Fromus 9. Sergey and Irene have been releasing teaser pictures for their second mini album, Tilt, and they're a little K-pop shocking, shall we say? So let's just look at some of these pictures. So I mean, I don't sue me, but I don't think this one is too K-pop shocking. Okay, I think you can tell by like the chains and leather. Mute. Looking at each other very seductively. Oh my god. And then these photos as well, where they're quite up close and personal. Oh, that's a little K-pop shocking, not gonna lie. Very K-pop shocking. My goodness. People are discussing Super Junior because of what member Itook said at a concert. Allegedly, let's listen to it. You can let me know what you think you heard.
I love Backlash! I love
But I reckon that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Wait, do I have a K-pop song of the day? Oh my god, no, I don't have a K-pop song of the day. But I've been seeing a lot of 5e on my TikTok. So Sugar Free Venom, I just added it to my playlist because the choreography, the dance challenges, they all look so fun. Sugar Free Venom. So I'm going to give that a listen and see. I don't know. There's something about 5e, guys. I'm saying that as if I didn't stream Underground and one of their other songs. I don't remember the title of it. I'm like, I already streamed 2 5e songs, like, organically. There's something about them though, whatever. Anyways, so thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support me on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.